laughing because I brought up to Colonel Schaefer yesterday that we know his cousin Odinga has been confirmed to be sending hundreds of millions out of Kenya just north to Egypt to overthrow that government. That's come out in trials. And that they're connected into the attacks on the shopping malls and stuff. So as this comes out, it's even more crazy than I thought it could be. Because usually presidents are puppets, and I've said Obama's a puppet. What do you think the real strategy is with Obama and his cousin trying to overthrow a U.S. ally that's done nothing to us like Egypt? His Skype just dropped. We're going to get him back and then get Leanne on. Again, I am just ranting here, ladies and gentlemen, and just going over the different angles of this, trying to figure out exactly what's going on. That's how we come to the answers and the conclusions that 98% of the time turn out to be accurate. It's why we've made so many accurate predictions. It's why Japanese government listens, Russian government listens, Syrian government listens, our government listens. We're #1 with the military, #1 with the police now, just across the board. And it's because we aren't putting on airs. We're not reading off teleprompters. We're looking for the truth. And it's not simple. It's not a soundbite here. We get bad men. We bomb Al-Qaeda, and it's really Assad. There are no boots in ground. ISIS not part of Islam. Joe, what do you make of him saying it's not part of Islam again and saying there's no boots on the ground as it's announced he's sending ground troops?
Yeah, I mean, that's the funniest part. Yeah, there's no troops, but we're sending troops. And we already said a while back that we sent some as well. But yeah, that was one of the most interesting things that Obama said last night, is that ISIS is not of Islam. He said, because everyone's claiming that this is a holy war, and that if that's the case, then Islam would have nothing to do with killing innocent Muslims. But the funny part is, though, he never once mentioned the thousands of Christians they killed in Erbil, Iraq. He didn't say anything about that at all. I don't think he really cared about that. But that was a very interesting point, that he's saying that they're not of Islam and they have nothing to do with that.
Why won't our government ever talk about Christians getting killed? It's like Christians are used cat litter with this government.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're the new anti-everything. Anybody who is a Christian, who is a returning veteran, we're all terrorists. We're all being watched. You know, they're hacking into our equipment and our phones, our microwaves. It's just mind-blowing, this police state that we live in. And they want another war. They want an attack on American soil because we saw what happened in Ferguson. That they can make that happen so quick and so intense to where you're told where you can be, where you can't go, what you can do, how you can look at somebody. It's crazy, and it gives me goosebumps just to think about that. I hate it.
But the border is wide open, but illegals get to fly without IDs. That's confirmed 3 weeks ago. We already had seen that.
And Reid and Feinstein say that the borders are completely secure. There's nothing to worry about. They're the most secure they've ever been. It's funny, though, because every time I've been to the border, I have literally been able to cross a border if I wanted to.
And let's be very crystal clear about this. You're not out in the middle of nowhere crossing. You were in a park by downtown El Paso, dressed as an Al-Qaeda ISIS with an Al-Qaeda flag and a sword and a fake severed head.
Yeah, I saw the Mexican Border Patrol. They pulled up, and they just pull down a street on the Mexican side. They turn around and leave. They don't stop, get out and look around, you know, so anybody could literally just be sitting there waiting on them to drive up, turn around, and then cross like we did. It's just patience. They have patience.
And this is in El Paso. So all I'm saying is, don't take my rights saying you're keeping me safe. I'll take the threat of Al-Qaeda that you've armed. It's now becoming a real threat. And because I know the real target is my freedom. We're going to go to break and come back with 2 segments with Leanne McAdoo. And then I'm going to give the number out and take phone calls. Thank you, Joe Biggs. We're going to go to break and come back with Leanne. Also, please remember that this hour is brought to you by all of the InfoWars Life products. You can find them online at InfoWarsLife.com. I seek out the most cutting-edge supplements that are in development and are brand new or are staple products known to be the very best. They're all available at InfoWarsLife.com. We have the Oxy powder that has now become the #1 bestseller we've ever had. Because, I mean, the pitch yesterday was so true. I went on this 2 weeks ago after them pushing me for months to try it. I'm like, take oxygen pills? I finally did, and it is incredible. This will flush you out like nothing you've ever imagined. I mean, I can just say it will because it does. I mean, this is incredible. And it is such a detoxifying effect. I mean, I was so toxic over the years, so full of stress. I'm still in the process. But of all the things I've done, the high-quality X2 proprietary nascent iodine, the colloidal silver, the super male vitality, that's incredible, all of it at InfoWarsLife.com, this was just a quantum leap flushing me out. So Oxy Powder, very simple name, very powerful concept, proprietary, so that it releases in your intestines, not in your stomach, and just pushes everything out. I mean, you think you've done some kind of other cleanse before, or you eat a bunch of salad. No. This is completely different. The oxygen literally eats through all the garbage. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. And your purchase makes the entire broadcast possible. 888-253-3139. It's a win-win. Try it, folks. I'm just glad there hadn't been a terror attack in the last few days or today, like Homeland Security said was imminent. Do you think that was more fear-mongering?
Leanne McAdoo reporting for Infowars.com, standing here outside One World Trade Center, the site of where the worst terror attack on the country has ever happened. And yes, Alex, I am very excited and very happy that we have not been the victims of this latest terror threat that Homeland Security is kind of backtracking, saying, no, there's not a threat, but there is a threat.
Are you feeling safer, though, that we're going to arm the al-Qaeda rebels to fight al-Qaeda?
I think that's an excellent choice by the president. They're on this weird time loop of every single year arming the very people that they're going to go to war with about a year later. So it makes sense. I guess they just want to make sure that they're on even ground with the weaponry.
It's almost like a Rolex Swiss movement. It's so exact. But I don't expect them to actually really attack ISIS. They'll probably just attack Assad and then have like a South Park-style puppet get up there and say, I'm Assad, I'm al-Qaeda. And I guess the American people will buy it, Leanne.
Right, absolutely. Well, that's this gaslighting from this administration. It's infuriating when the president comes out last night and says, one thing I want to be clear on, Islamic State is not Islam. I mean, why with all of the political correctness? What is that helping? That is going to get people killed. These people believe that they are the ultimate version of Islam. They're going to slaughter the blood and spill the blood of all Americans in the world until they get the world under Sharia law. So here are people that think that they are the ultimate version of Islam. So if you have some Muslims out there who are maybe, searching for the truth, or they want to take it a step further, and then they're hearing these mixed messages of, people converting to Islam and going and joining these jihadi movements because that's the ultimate sacrifice to Allah. Like, that's a confusing message to send to people. People are literally going and joining these people and sacrificing their lives.
And the British government lets them fly back and forth. This is all sanctioned by the West. And then they're going to use these people when they come back and blow stuff up to take Leanne McAdoo's liberties, Alex Jones's liberties, Staff Sergeant Joe Biggs' liberties, John Gonzalez's liberties. That's just John Doe. I mean, this is happening.
Right, and we're not allowed to talk about it because then that makes us racist, makes us insensitive, or we're bigots. The only people that we can think of as a terror threat are returning veterans and patriots and people that are pro-life. These are the real terrorists.
That's what political correctness is. It's simply amazing. You guys have filed a bunch of reports. I saw some of them last night and this morning. What else have you been working on? What else is coming up for people that are going to see the nightly news?
Well, we're headed back over to Times Square. We're supposed to be speaking with the Batman. He was very heated about the fact that the city is trying to make them remove their masks because of terrorism. And he was saying in a very thick foreign accent, this is America and the Constitution, and there's a reason why it's here, and we have the freedom to do what we want and to wear what we want. This is America.
That's right. In fact, you're down close to ground zero right now, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely. Right here, One World Trade Center, where obviously the symbology is where the two towers fell and then merged into one.
And they have that new building that looks like a giant pyramid. If you look at it, the whole face of it's really a big pyramid. I've never really noticed that in photos. When you look at the video, you can see it. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Look at that. It goes right up. It's like two pyramids with another pyramid
GCN,
inverted.
The Genesis
Looks like something
Communications
Emperor
Radio
Palpatine
Network.
would live in. You got the new building 7.
You've heard about the essential qualities of iodine when it comes to your well-being, and you've read the opinions of top experts regarding this good member of the halogen family. Still, reports indicate that iodine is absent in sufficient amounts from the daily lives of countless people worldwide. Now, our extra-strength new nascent iodine formula is here, Survival Shield X2, leading the way into the next generation of super high-quality nascent iodine. InfoWars Life Survival Shield X2 is derived from 200+ million-year-old salt solutions found more than 7,000 feet below the Earth's surface. The result is a unique nascent iodine that is both concentrated and free of unwanted additives, genetically modified ingredients, and completely vegan. We even pre-screen our Survival Shield X2 iodine for radiation. Pure, clean, and sourced from deep within the Earth. X2 nascent iodine is available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, or call 1-888-253-3139.